Hello there YouTube, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm coming back to you with another review, and it's a little bit of an older software, but that's good because now all the influencer stuff is gone, and now I'm gonna look into the tool. How good is it really outside of the influencers? And what can you really do with it? And what we're looking at today is from Neural DSP, the Archetype Petrucci. We are not looking into any of the presets because the presets are extremely dependent on the guitar that you use, the interface that you use, the amount of level that you dial in when you from your interface, all this kind of stuff. So if I apply any of those presets, they probably sound completely different to what they originally sounded from the guy who designed it, and it will sound different again when you plug in, depending on what guitar, what interface you use, and so on. So we are just gonna go and look how we can use this, how we can dial in special sounds and create our own presets. That's basically what we're gonna do, and we're gonna do that right after the intro. Yeah, here we are back. Good. What you can see here already, that's the default sound when you open it. So that's the white amp. So let's have a quick run through. I mean, you know, you probably watched a fair amount of videos already, so let's keep it brief and short. Let's go a quick run through what we have here and then start diving into it and creating some sounds. So I'm starting from the back actually. So we have our effects rack, it's pretty standard. Then we have a volume pedal. It's quite nice to have, so if you really want to play it live, so that's possible. So this is the most live playable plugin, so you can speak. Next one we have the EQ. In this case it's a parametric EQ. I'm not so much a fan of parametric EQs for guitar settings, to be honest. A graphic EQ does the job a little bit better because it gives you a clear frequency bands, but it's nice to have it, and but a graphic EQ would have been sufficient here. Good. Next one, that's the speakers. That's pretty standard. We have a ribbon mic and a condenser mic. The pretty central, which is very mid-rangey in that case, and we have the spread switched on, which I personally don't like too much. Right. So next, that's the speaker setting. Okay, here we have the amp. What I figured, actually, you can even tweak the amp knobs here while you in speaker view. That's actually quite interesting if you can see that. All right, so that's actually quite cool that you can use that. Obviously, if you go into the amp view, then it's more convenient, obviously. But sometimes, you know, when you adjust the microphones and all that, it makes sense that you can make tweaks with the amp as well without switching back and forward all the time. Next we have our standard pedals here. Okay, we have an overdrive that pretty much looks like a tube screamer. We have a phaser, interesting that you can switch from phase to univibe. That's quite cool. Then we have a chorus, interesting here that you have a tri-chorus as well. That's a nice one. Thing is though, I suppose it's mono because it's pre-amplifier, so it should be mono, but a tri-chorus just comes into the real effects if you use it in stereo actually. So that's the tri-chorus actually. You have one left chorus, one right chorus, one central chorus, and then you mix them together, so you need to have it actually in stereo for it to be really effective. Anyway, so it's nice to have. We'll look at this later. Then we have the flanger. I find it rather standard. Right, rate, depth, range, feedback, pretty standard. Right, and then in the front we have a wah-wah, which me personally, I don't use wah-wah at all, but it's there. And you can trigger it if you have a pedal via MIDI. Works quite fine. You have to adjust it here with your MIDI pedal. All good. And you have the compressor. That's maybe more important to check this out, to be honest. An interesting thing also to note, so we've been now looking at the high gain lead amp, you could say. Then looking at the other amps, so here we have our rhythm amp. Next is our clean amp. And now watch it. So, and then we have our acoustic or like piezo design amp. And that's a little bit different actually, because if you look here at the top, you don't have a speaker simulation and you also don't have the EQ. Good, okay, let's start designing sounds, right? Okay, and what I'm going to start with is I'm gonna reset all settings because I want to do all my own stuff, okay? Good. Yeah. So if I want to have it a little bit brighter, then I'm usually gonna pick the presence and not the treble, because the presence is usually around about 5 to 6K. So it's really like more the highs, whereas the treble is usually sitting somewhere between 3 and 4K. It's just more like the high mids actually. And so the treble, if I increase the treble, things start sometimes to get a little bit brittle. All right, so that's not what I want. I want freshness. Okay, so I grab the presence. Okay. Okay, sounds okay. A little more gain maybe. Yep. Okay, we can live with that for now. Next thing is I want to have it a little bit more 3D. I want don't want to have it sounding like a distortion pedal with a speaker simulation. Okay, so I want to have it a bit more, roomy sounding, 3D sounding. So I need a bit of reverb. Okay. Oh, that's way too much, of course. So let's dial that down a little bit. Let's say like roughly around about between 10 and 11 o'clock. Yeah. Maybe, and then drive that also around about 10 o'clock-ish. Yeah, that's better. Still a little bit of a shorter. Okay, pre-delay I don't like because it gives that shower cabin kind of a vibe. So, and I just want a bit of room, right? Okay, sounds okay. Maybe a bit more. So, sounds fine for now. Let's have a look at those microphones. That's a dynamic microphone. I personally love ribbons. Yeah. Usually a little bit on the side. Good, okay, give it a bit more. 6K. Try to boost the input stage a little bit, because that could be a little bit more, a little more oomph. So, okay, tone in the middle, that's okay. Drive out, because I only want to boost the input stage of the amp. So level full in. Okay. Yeah. Okay, a little bit of 4K. What I just said, like a little bit of higher mids. That sounds quite good. So it's like it opens it up a little bit, right? The 4K. Okay, let's see what happens if we put the soar. Okay, a bit of gain. Okay, now I want it. The thing is, if you use those, it's like gain, 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 you lose dynamics, right? So if you want a bit of the dynamics, then it's not bad. Now let's have a look at the delay. Okay, let's sync it. And right, now let's continue with the rhythm amp. Okay, it has already like the ribbon and the condenser set. Okay, I'll set them a little bit. So usually I really like, especially the ribbons, I really like them exactly where the cone of, no, where the dome, the bubble of the speaker meets the cone. So that's like the transition. That's where I find is the best, the sweet spot for most of the speakers when you're looking at the distorted sound, okay? Okay, I think, yeah, the overdrive is already set. Let's see how it sounds without. Okay, very crunchy, Not bad, actually. Not bad, that's actually quite a good crunch sound. Let's see what the mid boost does. That needs a bit of chorus. Let's have a look. Awesome. You don't need much more than that. And if you use the bridge pickup, you still have nice vintage rhythm sound. Pretty cool. So let's try another thing. Let's try. I'm not a fan of doubler actually because it thins out. So usually even one punch and I switch off the doubler, right? But for a crunchy sounds, it might actually be quite nice to have it wider even. Oh, you can hear it already, right? It's nice and wide. Yeah, but it lacks umami, so to speak, right? In the middle it's thinned out. Now back to let's get a proper rhythm sound. Okay, let's switch off. The overdrive is switched off already. Now, let's have a look. Now, a little bit of extra gain. I still have the mid boost on. Let's take... What does the tight do? Okay, it gets loose. Okay, bottom end gets loose when if you take the tight out. That's good for your 7th string, okay? Because of 7th string you want to have a bit less tightness, more open sounding amp. But classic 6th string usually you want to have it a bit tighter. More a question of feel actually. That's what it is about. Could add a little bit of okay, let's see what the master does. The master usually overloads the power amp section. Adds mid again, mid-range. So nah. No, that's okay the way it is. Now, okay, normally if you want to have really punch, the best thing is take the mids out a little bit, but not too much, because you still need some mids, otherwise you, in the mix, you'll disappear. Tightness is a little bit too tight now. Yeah, that's better. Perfect rhythm sound. Another thing that you could do is doing that now. Around about 400, 500. Taking that out, and then it gets even more scooped. But as I said, you're gonna disappear in the mix if you overdo it. Awesome rhythm sound, a little bit overdone actually in the bass, in the low end. So it's if you're going to record that and you're gonna mix it, you probably reduce the bass a little bit on that one. But for playing, it's nice. Might like the thunder sound. Awesome. Now let's continue with the cleans, okay? Alrighty, okay, next amp. And that's the clean amp. So I deactivate the overdrive, alright? Nice sound. Nice. So, okay. What I usually do is, for clean sounds, I put the microphones in the middle, in front of the... And it doesn't necessarily have to be doesn't necessarily have to be a ribbon in that case. Let's see what we can achieve with other. See the dynamic. Okay. The dynamic one is very mid-scooped. Not sure if I like that. Level up. I did like actually the ribbons better. Yeah, definitely. There's two ribbons here, by the way. Let's have a look. See what the crystal does. And a little bit of modulation. Modulation in a delay is actually quite good, because if you don't want it to be so obvious that you're using a chorus, then use the modulation in the delay instead, because the core sound is not with the chorus, right? Only the delay sound is with the chorus. It gives also like the spatial effects, but it's not so obvious, and it's not so. Some people think it's too much 90s or 80s sounding. This asks for a nice airy reverb, doesn't it? To reduce the bass a little bit. Okay, here we could now use the doubler. Yeah, that doesn't do that much actually, but give it a bit of 1K. 1K is the main frequency for electric guitar that makes it cut through the mix. Louder immediately, so you have to bring the volume down a little bit. Awesome, and that's even without a compressor. Let's see if we can increase some with the compressor. I personally try don't use too much compressor actually. But sometimes it can round off the transients. See? It's good. It's good. Just a standard setting. It's nice that the settings are already usable, like the way they are. You don't have to do anything. this is for me actually the best amp in this setting here. The clean, the Petrucci is a clean machine. I mean, you heard the others, right? They're awesome as well. But the clean sounds here are just like next level. Okay, let's have a look at the tri-chorus. Okay, let's cut back on the. Yeah, and also. Okay, right. Chorus. What does it do for us? That's hard to tell. Switch the whole. Now here the modulation out. Okay, that's a normal chorus. Put the rate down, the depth up. Not convincing. I think here the chorus and the effects is nicer. It's also vintage. Let's have a look what this one does. Yeah. That's actually more how a tri-chorus sounds like. Okay, nice. I like that one better here in the after the speaker section. Let's see what the spatial one does. It's more in the higher frequency range. It's also nice. Sounds a bit more modern. Could do the rate down a little bit. Very, very, very nice. Super clean machine. Amazing. Try the flange. Setting just perfect. Yeah, you don't have to do anything. It's like just leave it the way it is. What's this? Okay, my phase 90, I usually have it like 9 o'clock-ish. That's block, not script, phase 90. If it's phase 90 based, I don't know. Pretty cool, pretty cool. I really like that one. This is a clean, amazing. I really love the clean possibilities with this plugin. Okay, let's continue with the acoustic piezo amp. Good. Piezo acoustic. Part of the settings usually it takes over, and other settings it doesn't take over. So we don't have a speaker simulation. We also don't have the EQ settings. So from that point, okay. Okay. Okay, we can give it a bit more. Wow. Yeah, that's sort of a direct to board sound. If with the air in. That's pretty cool. That's basically the sound. It's like to mix it in, you know. When you have like a clean sound and you mix like that air's like the sparkle, extra sparkle on top. That's even better somehow, you know, without the doubler. It just has more meat. Yeah. Very nice clean sounds. So 4 amps, 2 clean and 2 overdrive or 2 drive or high gain amps. Actually, it's 2 high gain amps if you think of it. Conclusion. What I think is personally, this is one of the best neural DSP plugins. To be honest, I don't care what amps it's modeled after. I just care with like, does it do the job? Can I get the sounds out of it that I want it to do? And yes, it does. Does it feel like playing an amp? Yes, it does. It really feels very nice. Okay, you have to start, you know, with some tweaks. But once you got that, like first of all, a bit of a reverb to get a bit more 3D-ish. Find your microphones, find your best microphone setting, and once you got that fixed, yeah, then it sounds awesome. So all in all, a very, very complete setting, a very complete plugin. There's no sound missing. You can get any sound out of it. Wonderful crunch sounds, great mid-gain sounds, awesome high-gain sounds, the lead sounds, the mid-rangey lead sounds, awesome. So that's it from my side. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, actually. Really enjoyed playing these. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps this channel. As you can see, it's a very small channel. And hope to see you next time with another review of another plugin. See you around.